What up, y'all? Appreciate you showing up, hanging out, listening to my dumb ass. Like and subscribe. So, once again, I recorded a video that failed. I'm looking into better ways to record videos and more reliable ways where the audio doesn't fail, because the video was fine, just the audio cuts out sometime. I don't know what it is. Gotta do some research on that. But anyway, what I had said about things about the last video that disappeared, lost footage again, was basically Microsoft did their financial, I guess it's quarterly earnings report or whatever. And basically they were like, blah, 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 blah. And I look on Twitter and all the Ponies and the Donkey Unicorns, all they're focusing on, this is their tactic, all they're focusing on is hardware sales are down, hardware sales are down, hardware sales are down. Meanwhile, revenue is up, Windows operate up, all these up by more than 50%, mind you, some of them. I think one was 62%, one was 50 something. I don't even actually remember it. But it was like, I was looking at the percentage, I was like, that's pretty good. Like sometimes you see, 4% increase, and I'm like, oh, that's nothing. But when you're on double digits, upper double digit or halfway upper double digits increase in revenue, and I think they had a profitability one. I'm not too sure. I can't remember. But there were 3 or 4 ones that were above, positive. And then I think the 2 negative were, it were both hardware related. They were Xbox hardware. I think it was Xbox hardware or gaming hardware. I think it was Xbox hardware and Surface. So hardware in general. So, that's just, I would say, the cooling of the market in the realization, I think, that the public kind of realizes that, well, there's gonna be some new stuff coming out. So why would I buy the old stuff? Basically. If they do a handheld, then that's a different story. I would assume that if they do a handheld, then their hardware would go up. I think it was 18% it was down or something like that, 17, 18%. So it wasn't like 100% down or something. No, it was like, wasn't a drastic, huge, deficit. Anyway, the Donkey Unicorns and the Ponies, they're not talking about how the profits are up. They're not talking about how the revenue is up. They're not talking about that. In the face of hardware sales down, they're not talking about it because it goes against, it's antithetical against the whole business model of PlayStation, which is sell consoles, make money, sell games, make money, sell, right? But Microsoft is literally rewriting the rule book. They're saying, our consoles aren't selling. That's fine, because we don't make that much money on them anyway. If we do make money, we're probably losing money on them. So, whatever. But where we are making money, subscriptions, sales of games and such. And I'm like, wow. These Ponies and Donkey Unicorns with their rhetoric, and they try to have their winning arguments, but it's not working. It's not working because everything that Microsoft does negates their arguments. I had some people in the comments saying, this is a worthless video, blah, blah, blah. I guess they're ponies. I don't know. Everybody has a right to be a pony or not, or Xbot or not, whatever. Just like what you like, sure. But let's play and let's live in the reality that, that is. Not something that you made up. Not say, Sony's the best company in the world, best video games. Subjective, so no. But let's think about, not really think about, but these Donkey Unicorns and these Ponies are sitting here trying to form a narrative that is just something for them to catch a W, not catch a L. And you're looking at what Sony's doing. They're spinning their tires in the mud. They're in trouble for the most part. They have a very paper thin plan. They don't know what they're doing. And it's like, it's weird, And why would Sony, as they stand now, do the things that Ponies and the Donkey Unicorns want them to do, right? They're not going to do anything that you want them to do, traditionally speaking. Sony right now is not the same company that they were for the past 20, 30 years. They're at the point where they need to make money. They need to make changes in order to make more money. And so what they're going to do is they're going to put their games day and date on PC. I said this years ago. And when Microsoft did it, that's why they did it, to make more money, to make more impact in their releases. It doesn't make sense. If you look at the market, you look at all the games that are most successful and the most played, they're everywhere. So you holding your game hostage on your goofy ass box that not a lot of people are buying, you could pretend that they're buying it. You could put out press releases saying, oh, we sold so many consoles, but in reality, they're not playing the games. They're not playing your games that you make for your console exclusively. There's a problem. And that's why Sony is sucking right now. And that's why they don't get it, right? And so if Sony made Fortnite, right? And it is as it is. It's on every console. It's everywhere, right? Then Sony would be a third party, right? So it's so... The Pony and Donkey Unicorns arguments are so antithetical to success, because success is put your games everywhere, especially multiplayer games. If you got a multiplayer game, banger, you put it everywhere. You put it in as many players' hands as you can. That way, it will be a success. It will have more of a chance of being a success than you kind of compartmentalizing it only on your dumb ass plastic box. That's what Sony's been doing for years. That's why all of the games and services have failed, because not enough people have PlayStations. You may think they do. It's not enough people, obviously. Look at the numbers for Helldiver on PlayStation versus PC. And that explains it all to you. Hiroki Totoki's looking at those numbers, and you notice Sony didn't release the PlayStation numbers, right? If they did, if somebody has them, please let me know in the comments below where them numbers is at, because I would like to know. But they always show Steam numbers. Why are you showing Steam numbers? What happened to the PlayStation 5? Does the PlayStation 5 not matter anymore? I guess not, because you're not even talking about how many people are playing on PlayStation. It's all about Steam. You see what's happening? I bet you Hiroki Totoki sees what's happening, and he's like, PC, baby. And that's what's gonna happen. Any game, what was it called? Fair Trade, Fair Games, whatever that the Jade Raymond joint. That's gonna be multiplier. That's gonna be a multiplayer game, games of service probably. Guess what? Day and date, guarantee. I guarantee it. I guarantee. That's gonna be day and date. Anything else like the next Gran Turismo, day and date on PC. I guarantee. What else? The show's already everywhere, so whatever. They probably got more players on that than they have before in the history. What else? Just any multiplayer game that Sony's putting out, it's gonna be day and day on PC. Now, as far as the single player games, they have leeway. They can stagger the release, and I would expect that because they want to maximize sales on their goofy ass console that nobody's really playing on. But look, if they do day and day on PC, it would sell more without having to do an increased marketing or a secondary marketing blitz when it does come to PC, which they really don't do anyway. It's so dumb. You know, they were so close-minded. I think Hiroki Totoki is definitely a change in the winds. But anyway, I appreciate you hanging out, showing like and subscribe. My recording messed up, so that's why this is kind of cut in twos and halves and whatever. But let me know in the comments below what y'all think about the Microsoft making all that money. And Sony, now the Sony Ponies, Donkey Unicornies, not saying nothing about it because it doesn't fit their narrative or put a W in the Sony column. So we all know why. It's like, oh wow, they make all that money and they sell less consoles than PlayStation. I wonder how much PlayStation is making. And they're selling more consoles. So it was like, well, why would I follow PlayStation's business model when selling more consoles does not equate to more money? You know what I'm saying? It's like the bottom line, these business dudes are like, yo, who's making more money? These persons? How are they doing that? Does console sales not? I mean, they're selling them, sure, but that's not them. That's a little bit, we gotta, keep them. Okay, sure. So they'll sell some consoles, but that's not the keystone of their whole foundation of their whole business model. And that's the problem with Sony. They haven't diversified enough. They have those other, they have PS Plus, but it's not even close to Game Pass. That's why, you know, we haven't even talked about that. Like, Hiroki Totoki might be like, yo, it's going to PC day and date, and it's gonna go to PS Plus day and date. Maybe that might happen because he's looking at Game Pass. It's like, man, they got all these subs, and they making $7 billion a year from this little sub, and we're making how much? I don't even know how much they make. Is it comparable? Maybe. But anyway, appreciate y'all hanging out, showing like and subscribe. I appreciate. Music is coming. I just did another track for the game. I did a remix. It's called Electron. I did a remix for an original, so it's kind of I kind of liked it. I kind of liked it. I kind of like it. But anyway, I got some other tracks that are not part of the game. They're coming through. So anyway, and I'll talk to you on the next one. Until the wait.